It's 6:08 a.m., and Rosa is unlocking her cafe when the thick envelope slides under the front door like a bill with teeth. Inside is a demand letter. Not about rent, not payroll. Her 5-year-old website, the one her cousin built, allegedly blocks disabled customers. Rosa sells breakfast burritos, catering trays, and online gift cards. The site takes orders before the espresso machine is even warm. The letter says a customer using a screen reader couldn't read the menu, select pickup time, or submit the checkout form. Haas. Rosa's first thought is the one any of us would have. How did a website I barely touch become a legal problem? Today's signal is simple. Website accessibility has moved from nice-to-have design work into revenue protection, customer access, and litigation prevention. The DOJ says ADA-covered businesses must offer full and equal enjoyment of goods and services, including services provided through websites. That matters at small scale because your website may now be your front door, cashier, schedule, menu rack, and job application desk. If one of those doors jams for disabled customers, you may lose sales before you even know someone tried to buy. Federal website accessibility lawsuits reached 3,117 in 2025, up 27% from 2024, according to Seyfarth's ADA Title III analysis. Seyfarth also found website cases were 36% of all federal ADA Title III lawsuits in 2025. That's not an edge issue. Now, that doesn't mean every small business gets sued tomorrow. Results and risk vary based on your site, location, traffic, workflows, and industry. But Rosa's panic has a practical side. Many barriers are not mysterious. They're tiny, broken handoffs in the customer journey. The DOJ lists common barriers: poor color contrast, missing alt text, videos without captions, inaccessible forms, and pages requiring mouse navigation. Translation: people may not see the button, understand the image, hear the video, fill the form, or move without a mouse. Size: Rosa thinks about her menu photos. The most profitable catering platter is just an image with no useful description behind it. Her breakfast rush starts in 50 minutes. She can't rebuild the site, but she can run a first sprint before the doors get loud. Here's the sprint. Start where money changes hands or customers raise their hands. Checkout, booking, contact, applications, menus, pricing, and lead forms that actually drive revenue. Open your site in a private browser window. Pretend you're a first-time customer with no patience and one specific goal. For Rosa, that goal is ordering 12 breakfast burritos for pickup, then asking about catering for next Friday without calling anyone. Do the whole path without touching your mouse. Use the tab key, enter, space, and arrow keys only, like a customer would. If you get trapped, lose track of the focus highlight, or can't activate checkout, write that down as a revenue blockage. Not a design preference. Not a technical shame spiral. A blockage between a ready buyer and the sale they wanted to complete this week. WCAG 2.2 includes guidance for keyboard access, target size, redundant entry, and accessible authentication, while staying backward compatible with WCAG 2.1. In plain English, customers shouldn't have to drag tiny targets, retype the same details, or solve a login puzzle they can't use. Next, check color contrast. Squint at your site. Better yet, use a free checker and test buttons, prices, and form errors. If gray text sits on beige, or orange sits on red, someone may miss the offer you paid to create. Rosa's order button looked charming on her laptop. In morning sun through a phone screen, it nearly disappeared from view. She changes one brand color, not the whole identity. Same warm cafe feel. Stronger contrast. More customers can actually see it. Third, add alt text to meaningful images, not poetry, not keyword stuffing, just the job the image performs for the customer. A product photo might say, chocolate chip cookie, dozen in a craft box. A decorative background can stay empty behind the scenes. Rosa labels the catering tray photos by item, portion style, and packaging. Suddenly, the menu stops being invisible to screen readers. Fourth, fix forms. Every box needs a clear label. Name, email, pickup time, allergy notes, payment fields, all announced properly. Don't rely on placeholder text that vanishes when someone types. That's like giving directions, then snatching the map away mid-trip. If your form throws an error, the customer needs to know what fails and how to correct it without hunting around. Holland's Inn. This is where accessibility becomes cash flow. A broken form doesn't just create legal exposure, it quietly rejects orders. Fifth, caption videos. If you use Instagram Reels on your site, training clips, testimonials, or product demos, add accurate captions. Auto captions may help, but review them. A wrong ingredient, price, or instruction can confuse customers and create avoidable friction. The DOJ warns that automated accessibility checkers are useful, but a clean report does not necessarily mean everything is accessible. So, run the scan, sure. Then do the human test. Buy, book, apply, subscribe, and contact your business like real customers, from start to finish. Rosa uses a free browser scan and finds contrast warnings. Then keyboard testing finds the bigger problem: checkout can't reach payment. That second issue never showed up in our monthly sales report. It showed up as silence from people who couldn't finish ordering. If you use Shopify, Squarespace, Wix, Webflow, WordPress, or Toast, don't start by blaming the platform. Start with the page template. Themes, plugins, embedded widgets, and old custom code can each break access. The mess often lives where tools were stitched together. Look at your highest dollar workflow first. For restaurants, menu and ordering. For salons, booking. For contractors, quote requests. For clinics, intake, where buyers decide. For employers, job applications matter too. A candidate who can't complete the application may never get a fair shot at your opening. Create a simple issue list with 3 columns: page, barrier, fix owner. Keep it boring. Boring gets finished before lunch. Assign fixes based on reality. Your designer handles contrast. Your admin adds alt text. Your developer repairs keyboard traps and labels. If you're solo, batch it. 30 minutes for checkout, 20 for forms, 20 for images, 10 to write your accessibility contact note. That contact note should be visible and human. If someone hits a barrier, tell them how to reach you and expect a response during business hours. This isn't a shield by itself. Consider it an early warning line, the way a front counter employee spots a problem fast. When someone reports an issue, don't argue first. Thank them, document the page, offer another path, and schedule the fix. That alternative path could be phone ordering, email booking, or a staff-assisted application while the digital problem gets repaired properly. Now, a lawyer should review demand letters. Don't ignore them. Don't freestyle a legal response, and don't assume the claim is wrong. But while counsel handles the letter, your team can still reduce the actual barrier. Fixing access tends to help the business for future customers. She also asks her freelancer for one sentence in plain language: what broke, what changed, and what still needs testing next. That summary matters because memory gets fuzzy when the lunch rush hits and 3 vendors need answers at once before noon. A small record can turn scattered fixes into an operating habit your staff repeats when new pages go live each month. Then she prints a 1-page checklist for uploads: contrast checked, alt text added, captions reviewed, keyboard path tested before publishing. No one on her team becomes an accessibility expert overnight. They just stop treating the website like a drawer nobody opens. That mindset shift may be the cheapest risk reduction you do this quarter because it catches problems before customers complain, especially before campaigns. In plain terms, it's not financial advice or legal advice. Use it as a working checklist, then verify your specific situation. This content is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult with a qualified financial advisor or business consultant before making significant financial decisions. For legal exposure, consider talking with a qualified attorney who understands ADA website claims in your state before promising anything in writing. Rosa calls her web freelancer at 7,002, not for a redesign. For 5 fixes, starting with checkout and the catering form, by 7:44, the payment button works by keyboard. The catering images have plain descriptions. The unreadable orange button gets darker. The site still needs a deeper audit. Rosa knows that. But the worst customer blockers are no longer sitting untouched. There is a lesson here for every small operator. Accessibility is not only compliance, it's throughput for customers trying to pay. If your store has a ramp but your checkout has a keyboard trap, the business still has a locked digital door. And unlike a full remodel, many first fixes cost time, attention, and maybe a few paid developer hours, not a new building. If this episode saves you one ugly surprise, share it with another founder and consider subscribing. We all need fewer hidden traps. Set a recurring quarterly check. Websites drift, staff uploads new images, plugins update. A once accessible page can break quietly. Use new content rules. No menu PDF without an accessible page. No product photo without alt text. No video without captions. Before big promotions, test the path. Sale traffic doesn't help if the coupon field, calendar widget, or payment step blocks people. Ask one customer, friend, or local accessibility consultant to try the workflow with assistive technology if you can budget it this month. Keep receipts of your effort, dated issue lists, fixes completed, vendor emails, screenshots, and training notes. Documentation may help show good faith, but don't treat documentation as the goal. The goal is a customer who can order breakfast without needing a workaround or apology during a rush. Rosa opens the cafe at 8 am. The letter is still on the counter, heavy as a cast iron pan. But now there is a list beside it. 5 barriers. 4 fixed. 1 assigned. That's how small businesses fight overwhelm. Not with panic. With a morning sprint, a cleaner path for customers, and one more door that opens when it should, without drama.